What if the greatest civilizations of the past are not the ones we study today, but the ones we barely know existed? What if entire worlds rose, thrived, and vanished without leaving behind names, kings, or written histories? Stay with this story, because once you see how easily civilizations disappear, you will never look at history the same way again. If uncovering forgotten human stories fascinates you, keep watching closely. History often gives us the illusion of continuity, as if human progress moves forward in a neat, traceable line. But archaeology tells a different story. Again and again, researchers uncover signs of advanced human organization where no historical records exist. These were not minor settlements or temporary camps. They were structured societies with agriculture, technology, belief systems, and social order. Yet today, we struggle even to identify who they were. One major reason civilizations vanish without evidence is that writing is not universal. Many cultures did not rely on permanent written language. Instead, they used oral storytelling, symbols, carvings, or ritual memory. These systems worked well as long as communities survived. But when collapse came, through migration, disaster, or slow decline, the memory vanished with the people. Oral history leaves no ruins behind. In dense jungles across South America, archaeologists have discovered vast networks of ancient settlements hidden beneath the forest canopy. Satellite imaging reveals roads, canals, and geometric earthworks stretching for kilometers. These societies manage land on a massive scale, reshaping ecosystems long before modern technology. Yet they left no written explanation of who they were or how they governed themselves. When populations declined, the forest reclaimed everything. In many cases, nature is the most effective eraser history. Floods wash away settlements built along rivers. Earthquakes collapse cities in seconds. Volcanic eruptions bury communities under ash and stone. Over time, layers form, sealing civilizations underground. Without inscriptions carved in stone, these cultures vanish into geological time, waiting centuries to be rediscovered. If they ever are, consider ancient river civilizations that depended entirely on seasonal water cycles. When rivers shifted their course or dried up due to climate changes, agriculture failed. People moved away gradually. There was no dramatic destruction, no final record carved into monuments. The city simply emptied. Later generations settled elsewhere, unaware that a civilization once stood beneath their feet. In regions like Central Africa, archaeologists have uncovered evidence of early ironworking societies that mastered metallurgy long before it appeared in written history. These cultures mined, smelted, and crafted tools on a large scale. Their technology influenced surrounding regions, yet they produced no texts. When trade routes changed or resources ran out, these societies dissolved, leaving behind slag heaps and broken tools as their only testimony. The absence of written records does not mean these civilizations lacked intelligence or complexity. In fact, some may have been highly advanced in ways we still struggle to understand. Astronomical alignments, precise city planning, and sustainable agriculture appear in sites with no known names. Knowledge was passed down through practice, not paper. Once that chain broke, the knowledge disappeared forever. In coastal regions around the world, rising sea levels have swallowed some of humanity's earliest settlements. During the last ice age, sea levels were far lower than today. Entire communities lived along coastlines that are now underwater. When the seas rose, these settlements vanished beneath the waves. Their structures, tools, and daily lives remain hidden underwater, largely unexplored, silently rewriting what we think we know about early civilization. In parts of Asia, ancient urban centers existed long before recorded dynasties. Excavations reveal organized streets, drainage systems, and standardized building techniques. These features suggest centralized planning and governance. Yet these cultures left behind no decipherable language. They existed in a historical blind spot, too early to be recorded, too advanced to ignore. Sometimes, civilizations disappear because they were absorbed rather than destroyed. Smaller cultures were often integrated into expanding empires. Their languages faded. Their traditions merged or vanished. Over time, only the dominant culture remained visible in historical records. The absorbed civilization survived biologically, but not historically. Its identity was erased. One of the most haunting patterns archaeologists observe is deliberate abandonment. Cities with intact structures, personal belongings, and unfinished work suggest people left suddenly but peacefully. No signs of war, no mass graves, no fire. Why would an entire population abandon a functioning city? Without records, we can only speculate: climate stress, disease, religious shifts, or social collapse. Disease is another invisible destroyer of history. Epidemics can wipe out populations rapidly, especially in dense urban centers. If survivors flee or die, there is no one left to record what happened. Entire civilizations may have collapsed silently due to illnesses we can no longer identify. Their disappearance leaves no dramatic ruins, only absence. In deserts, ancient trade cities once flourished along caravan routes. These hubs connected continents, spreading goods, ideas, and technology. When trade routes shifted due to political or environmental changes, these cities were abandoned. Sandstorms buried them slowly, preserving walls but erasing memory. Without written archives, their influence faded from history. What makes these lost civilizations especially unsettling is how common they appear to be. For every well-known empire, there may have been dozens of others that rose and fell unnoticed. History, as we know it, represents only the civilizations lucky enough to leave durable records or survive long enough to be remembered. Modern technology is now revealing just how incomplete our understanding is. LiDAR scans penetrate forests, uncovering hidden cities. Ground-penetrating radar reveals structures beneath modern streets. Each discovery adds another forgotten civilization to the human story. And with each one, the official narrative of history becomes less certain. These discoveries force us to rethink what progress really means. Civilizations can achieve remarkable feats and still vanish completely. Knowledge can be lost. Skills can disappear. Advancement does not guarantee survival. The past is not a straight line. It is a series of rises and collapses, many of which left no trace. Perhaps the most uncomfortable realization is this: our own civilization may not be as permanent as we think. We rely heavily on digital records, fragile infrastructure, and centralized systems. If future societies uncover our ruins thousands of years from now, what will they truly understand about us? Will they find our buildings but not our beliefs? Our tools but not our stories? Ancient civilizations that disappeared without leaving clear historical evidence remind us that memory is fragile and history is selective. Countless human lives mattered, loved, struggled, and dreamed, only to be forgotten by time. What we know is only a fraction of what existed. As archaeology continues to uncover these silent worlds, one truth becomes clear: the past is far larger, stranger, and more mysterious than we were ever taught. If exploring forgotten civilizations and hidden history keeps you thinking, stay with this channel. Keep watching and subscribe, because the greatest stories of humanity may be the ones history never wrote down.